Hello, everyone. So, for those who are interested in homeschooling and would like to know the benefits of homeschooling in high school, I invite you to listen to our guest. She's a loving wife to her husband, Alan, and a very supporting mom to her daughter, Mabi. She loves to read books, and a bookstore is her happy place. Sarap magbasa, no? She also enjoys musical, which according to her is the language of her soul. So, let's welcome mga ka-homeschool Mommy Bambi Bautista. Hello, sis!
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Grabe, I cannot recall when was the last time we saw each other. Ang tagal na nun.
Yes, face to face ba yan?
Oo, nung
Yes,
face-to-face, no?
correct.
Well, thank you for saying yes to this interview. No, I know you have a lot of things in your plate. But to start off, may we know what grade have you started homeschooling, Mabi? Anong grade ba siya nung grade school or preschool ba?
Grade school. So we started our homeschooling journey during her grade 4. Grade 4, ayan.
Anong year yon, sis?
That was 2018.
2018. So grade
Mhm.
4 until grade 7 and she's incoming grade 8. You still plan to
Yes.
continue homeschooling, Mabi?
Of course. Definitely.
Okay. Pero sis, may we know bakit? Why did you homeschool her? I mean, was it wala pang pandemic noon, 'di ba? Pero why did you
Yes.
started homeschooling her way back 2018?
Okay, so we're lucky actually that we discern it at that early stage, no. Wala pang pandemic that time. The reasons, there are a lot of reasons actually. First and foremost is I think that the regular school is not suited for her, because from what we experience, no, ang daming subjects in a day. So, overwhelming na maraming subjects in a day. Almost all of the subjects are taught in a day. But, unfortunately, because, yung mga kids naman natin, hindi naman yan, syempre, mapipick up everything, di ba? As adults nga 45 minutes na na nakaupo tayo, parang iyon lang yung ating retention, eh. What more our kids na every 30 minutes change of subject. So iba-iba yung kailangan nilang intindihin, and hindi tuloy na focus, and hindi natututunan what needs to be learned from each subject. So iyon, plus the traffic, the long hours of kasi what we do kasi before, nung nasa regular school pa siya, is hinahatid siya ng kanyang daddy in the morning. Ayun, early in the morning. So I have to wake her up very early para kasi 7:30 yung start nung class nila. And then um she's in a service, ayan, school service, in the afternoon na. So nakakauwi siya sa bahay around 5 p.m. na. So pagod na pagod na. So
Yes.
nagawa pa ng homework, may
Mhm.
mga projects pa, and then the next day gigising na naman ng ganong maaga. So sobrang nakakapagod for her. Yon. So isa 'yon sa mga reasons, and I think yun nga, when we review her for yung mga exams niya, parang hindi nagsisink in, some of the lessons, hindi nagsisink in, because I think ayun nga, so many things she needs to study in a day, in a week, and then exams, and then although yung school naman nila lessen yung kanilang mga homework, and I think there's a ruling na dapat wala ng homework by Friday para free sila on a weekend. Pero naman, ang weekday naman, ang weekdays naman, medyo, syempre, review of the lesson. So, nakakapagod. Plus, yun nga, wala na siyang time to pursue her passion, kasi she loves to do art, she loves music. So, hindi niya na ma-pursue because of the schedule. So, ang weekend, syempre, pahinga na yon for her. We do not want to, to impose on her na, oy, enroll pa natin siya sa mga 'di ba, mga arts and music lessons for weekend, 'yun. So 'yun yung partly the reasons why we resorted to homeschooling, which actually is great, no, and that's a blessing for us that we have discerned it earlier on, kasi nga remember na yon pandemic na, so nakapag-adjust na kami agad.
Tama 'no. Ako din 'yan yung iniisip ko, sana I have met homeschooling when my children are still young. Kasi ako, I started homeschooling when my son was in grade 7. And then ngayon incoming grade 12 na siya. Pero there's no parang sa akin, God's timing is the perfect timing eh. So siguro that was the perfect timing for our family. But since they say that when you homeschool your child in high school, you should involve them in the decision. Kasi ako, I remember, I talked with my son and then I presented to him the homeschooling idea. So hindi yung parents lang yung nagde-decide. Ganun ba pag nag-homeschool in high school?
Actually, even in grade school and high school, no, kasi when we decided to homeschool, yung aming daughter, no, um, we really sat down on it. Talagang we discerned on it. I remember first time ako muna yung nag-attend ng orientation sa Obispado pa noon, no, before, and then when I check it out, and then tsaka ko palang sinabi sa aking husband, and then kay Mabi. Actually si Mabi is one of the main decision makers for this one, kasi nga siya yung mag-homeschool, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And that's her um learning, 'di ba? That's her schooling. So very siya, very welcoming siya with the decision. Excited nga siya actually. And heartwarming yung kanyang sinabi, because she said during this sa interview niya with CFA Homeschool, no, na she wanted to homeschool because she wanted more time from us, na magkakasama kami, o di ba?
Music to our ears 'no, sa mga parents
Oo,
'no, 'di ba?
true.
Pero ngayon na habang lumalaki na sila, parang dumadami na rin yung interest nila, so medyo nale-lessen na. Pero homeschooling gave us that opportunity to spend more time with our children.
Yes, yes. And even until this high school na siya, no, we still allow her to be part of the decisions. Ayan. Kung where she's going to enroll, ayan. So part siya ng decision.
So that's one tip, no, mga ka-homeschool. If you wanted to homeschool your child, no, or your children, parents, you have to talk to your children and they should be involved in the decision making. Gone are the days wherein si parents sabi lang ng sabi, no? And then the children will just follow. But this time, especially since they are high school, no, they have to be involved in the decision. And I read what Mabi wrote on the book that she co-authored with other teens. Welcome to my humble homeschool, Secrets of Successful Homeschooling Teens. Let me just read here. She said, I am blessed to have a mom who is highly creative and takes the time to make our lessons interesting. So instead of just sitting down and reading the lessons, we do activities such as sending handwritten love notes to practice my grammar and writing composition. Ang galing.
Oo, medyo malambing din kasi yung aming daughter, no. So, 'yon, mahilig din siya. Even before nung maliit pa siya, talagang she likes to doodle, she likes to draw, and then she's giving me always most of the time mga small notes, small paper na may mga naka-drawing, mostly mga heart, ayan. So, in-apply ko when we do our homeschooling.
So in homeschooling basis, is it important to make a lesson interesting to your child?
Yes, of course. Definitely. Definitely. Kasi so that yon mapick yung interest nila. Kasi students, I mean children, they have different learning style, and they also have different moods. Ayan. So, kailangan talaga as mom, I know you can relate, no, that we should really be alert doon sa kanilang mga moods, especially teenagers. Ayan.
That's right. So nabanggit mo yung different learning styles. So that's another tip for you homeschooling parents, no? When you homeschool your child, you should learn the learning style. You should check what is the learning style of your child, no? Para doon mo siya matuturuan ng maayos. And when they become teens, of course, they have moods. So alam na natin yan mga parents kung saan tayo papasok so that the learning will be will remain, no? Mas tatagal sa kanila. But sis, based from your experience, what is the difference in homeschooling your child in grade school versus homeschooling her in high school? Kasi a lot of parents ang nagsasabi, ang unang sinasabi sa akin Teacher Nida, ang hirap namang mag-homeschool sa high school. Sa elementary, siguro kaya ko pa. Pero pag high school, parang natatakot ako sa algebra. Yung mga ganon.
Actually, it's more challenging to homeschool in high school, no? As compared to grade school kasi medyo familiar pa tayo with the lessons eh. But in high school kasi, yun nga, we have to really study hard together with our children, no, to also learn the lesson and equip them kasi nga syempre um, they have teachers, yes, they have online classes, right? But syempre at the end of the day, while they have no online classes, we are the ones to assist them with their lessons. But there are a lot of materials naman that we can use like YouTube, very ano yan, friend natin, 'di ba si Google, ayan, best friend natin yan when it comes to research. So we just have to ano lang, we have just to tap on our resources para mas maging interesting and mas ma-explore pa nila yung learning. Yon.
And since you started homeschooling Mabi in when she was in grade 4, no? So what was the biggest adjustment naman that you made when you started homeschooling her in high school? Well, aside from the difficult subjects and the hormones of the teens, so what was your biggest adjustment?
Um, Siguro the biggest adjustment that I could think of right now is the scheduling. Ayan. O, kasi with grade school, we only submit at the end of the quarter. So, ganun yung submissions. And yung mga lessons are integrated and then I could tweak it to her passion. But syempre with high school, mas maraming requirements and weekly na yung submission. So we have to adjust. We have to adjust when it comes to scheduling. But good thing about CFA homeschool and of course the advisors and the teachers, meron tayong mga seminars, ayan, may mga training on how they can do their schedule. And syempre because they are high school, uh, dapat kahit papaano independent na sila and they know how to do their schedule, no. So we also sit down actually on her schedule. So we checked it kung that is possible ba, and syempre we tweak some of it, we adjusted so that she can also continue to pursue her passion. But yon, we sit down on it and we agreed on the schedule para nga we align it and makapag-submit kami weekly ng mga requirements, no. And the reason why we sit down on it, and yun nga, dapat part pa rin siya on this planning of the schedule para she can be held accountable later on pag hindi siya nakapag-submit.
So nung nasa regular school sila, 'di ba, children will just follow the schedule given by the school, given by the teachers. Pero ako when we started homeschooling, parang nawindang kami that we have to do our own schedule. Ganun pala, no? That you should teach your child to be accountable as well for the schedule that she created. So it's important that you have to follow a schedule pa rin while homeschooling.
Yeah. We really have to have that certain routine pa rin on her day. Kasi nga, so that you could keep track on the submissions also. Kasi syempre, high school na yan. And it's more of a training kapag nag-college na siya. So, kailangan meron pa ring sort of routine on her day. But, syempre, ano pa rin, we entertain pa rin the flexibility of homeschooling. Syempre, not all of the time, ano yan eh, nasa mood mag-aral, di ba? Even as parents, merong times na or days na parang ayaw nating mag-homeschooling. So we have to we have to just adjust and learn to be flexible at the same time.
Tama, there are times na gusto mo lang mag-binge watch, no, mag-Netflix lang or humiga lang, magpahinga lang. So homeschooling gives us or allows us to be flexible, no. Pwedeng mag-aral ng Monday, pwedeng mag-break ng Tuesday, pwedeng mag-math ng Wednesday and so on.
Mm. But the important thing about it is although we are flexible, dapat din, alam din nila on the things they need to submit. Kaya if ever na meron silang break or they request for a break, alam nila that they still have to finish yung kailangan nilang i-submit in a week.
So parents, even if you do homeschool, you still have schedules to follow and requirements to submit, no? Mommy Bambi is a homeschooling mom, but they have a homeschool provider, which is Catholic Filipino Academy Homeschool, a DepEd accredited homeschool provider. So they do follow the DepEd curriculum. But since you started with CFA, Mommy, what do you think are the benefits gained by Mabi naman, no? Because your family decided to homeschool her. Yung nakita mo sa kanya, ano yung nag-gain niya na benefits?
Okay, so first and foremost, yung she does not need to wake up too early. Ayan, sobrang ayan yung tuwang-tuwa siya. Sobrang happy-happy siya dyan na hindi niya na kailangan to wake up early and to fix her things, no. She can wake up at the latest siguro mga 10 a.m. Ayan, so we're okay with that kasi Mabi is a late riser talaga even before. So it really suits her to be homeschooled. So plus yun nga we are studying, ayan, she's studying on her own mga 2 to 3 subjects lang in a day. So more on mastery talaga of the concepts. So naka-focus siya on those subjects and syempre nakikita niya na on where her strengths are and where her weaknesses are. So para doon kami mas mag-focus more and she learned over and beyond yung confines of a classroom. So she's been able to think out of the box on how she can do those activities and ang pinaka-importante is yun nga, yung naka-focus na siya more on her passion aside from the academics, more on talagang pursuing her passion talaga.
And hindi yan magagawa if the child is in regular school because based from what you have shared kanina, no, maagang gigising, late makakauwi, and then may mga homeschool, may mga homework, may mga projects. So yung passion parang medyo na isang tabi. But right now, since you're homeschooling her, she has enough time to pursue her passion.
Yeah, true. True.
Galing, ang galing. So parang mas nakikilala nila yung sarili nila because of their passion, no? Okay. But from the parents' point of view naman, what benefits have you gained, you and Alan? Ano yung mga nakuha niyo naman in homeschooling her?
The most important benefits, I will name a few, but the most important would be yung values. Syempre yun din yung actually the one of the things that we wanted for her, 'di ba, to instill in her kasi nga syempre with regular setup, there's a lot going on in the environment and definitely mahahawa siya, 'di ba? And especially kapag nasa school service siya, iba-iba naman ang character ng mga bata eh. So sometimes she's questioning us nga, "Mami, ba't si ganyan saying these things, these bad things, ganyan." So iba talaga, iba-iba kasi how parents, 'di ba, hone their child, nurture their child, 'di ba? So kung paano natin palakihin yung anak natin. So the most important thing really why we homeschool talaga and the benefit is we can instill in her the values that we have as her parents. So at the para when she goes out like in college na ready na siya, kumbaga nandun na naka rooted na yung yung values that we instilled in her na hindi na siya masisway. Ayan, praying na hindi na siya masisway with her peers or with the environment. Ayan. So others also syempre as I mentioned yung flexibility no kasi nga she can manage her study time and remember homeschooling talaga the world is our classroom. So ayun nga lang pandemic ngayon but I usually bring her to coffee shops when we study before. Ayan, kapag meron akong client meeting. So, talagang doon kami nag-aaral. And especially, hindi na kailangan ng request from the school, permission pagka magta-travel kami. Ayan, hindi na kailangan mag-makeup class. Ayan. So, and also yun nga, mastery of the concepts talaga. And yung practical skills like doing chores, ayan, i-integrate mo din with the lesson. So, malaking benefit sa amin kasi nga, yun nga, independent na siya and alam niya na what house chores to do and alam niya na ini-integrate din yun with the lessons. And especially yun nga when we started homeschooling, slowly up till now ayan na discover namin talaga yung core gifts niya. And that's where we encourage her more.
And they say no, parents are the best influencer, no? Kasi other parents would think na if I homeschool my child, paano na yung socialization niya? Parang ako na lang yung palaging kasama niya. Pero if you want to transfer no our values to them, then we become the best influencer pagkasama na natin sila sa bahay. And I agree, no, they will be ready when they go to college kasi nga hopefully no na lahat ng mga tinuro natin nakuha nila, so when they go to the outside world, then they are ready and yung values talaga rooted na, no.
Yes, and you mentioned no na yun nga na um other than the values no na yung readiness nila for for the outside world, not just in college but also in dealing with with other people. Ayan, so and the socialization, it really starts naman talaga with the family, 'di ba? So dapat iyon muna yung yung i-enrich natin, 'di ba? Yung natin dapat i-deepen natin yung relationship natin in our inner circle, in our family. Kasi that's the first socialization that that we have to focus on before the socialization to others. Kasi madali na 'yon when we focus on our inner circle.
And a lot of parents would also mention that homeschooling is a good preparation for college. Kasi 'di ba, when they go to college, they will not be spoon-fed anymore, no? But in homeschooling, they are trained to study on their own, no? You mentioned she is an independent learner. If she doesn't understand a certain topics, they would research. So, paano mo nakita ito kay Mabi? How to become an independent learner?
Um, for Mabi actually it's slow facing siya. Kasi nga as an only child, medyo siya syempre clingy pa and yung attention syempre talagang sa kanya lang no. But yun nga we when we do schedule nga as I mentioned, talagang we plan and she's held accountable for that plan. Before nga talagang when we schedule may talaga, may kasama pang yan, pirma pa yan. Ayan. Signed pa yan para kapag you haven't done this pa, yon so alam niya. And plus the schedule like nowadays 'di ba children are very fond of social media, gadgets, ayan. So what we did is we adapt actually one of the parents that I've talked to no, we adapt their on how they would manage yung gadget time nung anak nila, no. So we do corresponding points to tasks that she has done. Ayan. So the totality of the number of points would correspond to the number of minutes that she is allowed to do gadgets.
Ang galing.
Ayan, so ganun siya.
That's another tip, no? You mentioned yung contract or yung signed agreement, no? Because it really work. I mean, sa akin din, pag meron kaming discussion with my son, pinapasulat ko sa kanya, siya ang nagsusulat, this is what we agreed, and then you sign, then you put the date, so that we can go back whenever nalilimutan na niya or whenever hindi na niya sinusunod. So we have an agreement that I can show, no? And another good thing is yung point system, no, for the social media. Well, it still works with teens, mommy.
Yes, actually, it still work for teens, no? So, ang sample of a given day sa amin, let's say 30 minutes of, yun nga, yung kanyang spiritual formation, reading of the Bible, ayan. So, once done, may 30 minutes na siya na, na gadget time. But, and then house chores, may corresponding number of minutes, and then kung ano yung kailangan niyang study for the day. And then, ito total namin yun at the end of the day. So, once she accomplishes all of those tasks, tsaka pa lang niya pwedeng kunin yung kanyang number of minutes.
Kailangan niya munang mag-deposit bago mag-withdraw.
Yes, yes.
And I also like what you said that you will discover your child's core gifts, no? So sa kanya, ano yung mga na-discover mong core gifts ni Mabi?
Actually, there's several, no. We really didn't know that she can write. She even write her own stories, no.
Yes,
Uh,
this is the proof.
Oo, but thanks to CFA Homeschool actually, because Mabi is really not fond of reading. Unlike me, that I love to read, no, she's not into reading. She's more visual. So kaya when we decided to let her join the writers club, she's very hesitant. But I said, try mo lang anak. But after the first session, sabi niya, Mommy, I like the teacher. And then it goes on na until such time that, wow, nag-improve na, first poem pa lang sila. And then after that, short stories na. And then she's writing na in our home base magazine. And then yun nga, ayun, nakapag co-author na siya. And that's really interesting, no, na yun, kahit pala hindi siya book lover, pwede pa rin siyang pwede pa rin siyang maging writer because of her imagination. So other than being a writer, she's also into music. She writes her own songs. Ayan, meron na siyang mga song compositions na ginawa.
Wow.
Oo, ayan. And she knows how to play recorder, violin, ukulele. And with arts naman, she can do drawing, sketching, mostly Japanese anime and digital artworks. Nakakagawa na rin siya. And some of her artworks also were featured in the CFA Homeschool home-based magazine din. Ayan. And she even I encourage her, actually yung teacher niya sa Writers Club encourage her to join this contest na to do artworks about the environment or something like that. And God's grace talaga nanalo siya first time.
Wow,
Oo, so
congratulations.
ayun.
So tayo mga parents, no, parang taga-push talaga tayo, no? Kasi initially, children would say, ayoko niyan, hindi yan para sa akin, no? Pero I like what you said, try mo lang, anak, try mo lang.
Yeah,
Hanggang,
oo. Kasi I can see in her she's when she do storytelling with us, she's very imaginative. So why not put it into writing? Ayan, although yun nga lagi niyang sinasabi na I do not love to read books. I do not like books. Ayan, but yun nga you can also choose books na magkakaroon sila ng interest. Like for Mabi kasi I think she's more more interested in mga adventures, medyo horror something na mga books, medyo scary books, no. This summer actually, yung kanyang moving up gift, we bought her yung set of the Coraline book, so that she can relate to what she watched on screen na Coraline. And we also bought her mga manga books, kasi nga she's into Japanese anime. So at least nakakapag-read pa rin siya ng books. Inaano lang, medyo twinik lang natin.
That's right. So parents, you have to be creative, no, in giving materials to your children, no. I remember manga. They also released a Bible.
Yes, yes,
'Di ba?
we're
Ang
complete.
galing, ang galing. So
Yes,
if you
true,
want your
true.
child to know more about the Word of God, but not interested in the regular Bible, why not
Mm.
uh, bo- you can buy a manga book, but it's a Bible book, to, para mas maintindihan niya. And parang I can imagine Mabi, no, jumping up when she received the Coraline book, no. Siyempre tuwang-tuwa siya, no, kasi yun yung talaga yung gusto
Oo.
niya.
Yeah, sobrang sobrang shy niya, but every time that we give her a gift, lagi niyang sinasabi sa amin na I'm overwhelmed. Ayan, kasi she's very humble. She doesn't this is my humble brag for her, no. She really doesn't expect gifts from us, or from relatives or from friends, no. Kapag nga when we ask her that, "Oh, anak, oh, what do you want for your birthday?" Yung mga gano'n. Kasi your tita is asking. Naku, hindi na magsasalita yan. Nahihiya siya kasi gagastos pa daw yung
Oo,
kanyang,
oo.
oo, yung mga bibili ng gifts sa kanya. So, nakakatuwa lang. Nakakatuwa lang.
Yan ang ating ikaka-proud sa ating mga anak, no? I think that's also the benefit of homeschooling, kasi 'di ba you mentioned earlier yung values, no, na transfer natin, or na they see what our values are, so they also pick up our values, no, not hindi lang yung sa mga co-teens nila, but tayo mismo, parents, no. And Mabi also mentioned in the book, let me read yung sinabi niya dito. Ang sabi niya, if given a chance to go back in time and choose my path, I will still be a homeschooler, maybe getting on even at an earlier age, because it has been such an awesome journey for me, and I am looking forward to my next adventure, embracing the challenges and honing my God-given talents even further, thanking God every day for such a great blessing. So would you say the same for you?
Yeah, of course. I'm really really excited of um her next journey as a homeschooler, as her being a teen, ayan, and being in high school. So excited for her in pursuing her passion, kasi for me naman, academics are really important, but um it's kumbaga second best siya when it comes to our children pursuing their passion. Kasi hindi naman natin alam what their future holds for them. But if
True.
yun nga, if they are passionate with what they are doing, I'm sure um it will just na lang blend in na, 'di ba? So, and syempre, one of the things that we wanted her is to be passionate, not just with with yun nga, yung kanyang mga talents, yung kanyang skills, but be passionate to share it, because that is a God-given talent. So it's more of sharing it and doing this for the service of God. So yun. Yun naman yung gusto din natin sa mga anak natin, di ba?
Correct. That is true, no? It's not merely academics, but it's more on sharing what your God-given talents to other people, no? Kahit na pandemic pa yan. And sis, would you like to invite other parents as well, especially those who wanted to homeschool their kids in high school, or who are already homeschooling in high school, to get the book and learn some practical information on how to homeschool successfully?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. So I am inviting you to get a copy of the Welcome to My Humble Homeschool. This is a collaboration of high school students, of their experiences, of their study habits, of practical information about homeschooling. Yan. So, you will learn a lot. Ayan. Whether you're in a regular school or you are homeschooling, there are a lot of things that you can learn with this book. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you for that, Mommy Bambi. And thank you for your time. No, I'm sure a lot of parents are blessed by your story. And before we end, let me just leave you with a quote from Tamara Chilver. She said, I homeschool my children not to prepare them for exams, but to prepare them for life. So see you on the next episode, mga ka-homeschool. God bless everyone. Thank you, sis.